Hey, are you sleeping again, you lazy sloth of a woman? You still didn't clean up the mess from breakfast!
I'm so sorry. I was just about to get started on it, I swear. I've been feeling so under the weather I haven't been able to move for a little while.
Just get it done. Are you telling me that you've been lounging around on your ass doing nothing this whole time? Me and Kelsey had breakfast at 7:30 a.m. That's all 3 hours ago! Patricia, 3 hours!
I'm being serious, Michael. I'm in a lot of pain here. I'm on my period and I feel awful. To be honest, I've been finding it difficult to move since I got up this morning.
You think being on your period gives you license to sit around and do nothing all day? Tell me, how exactly do you think you'd be able to get by if you weren't a stay-at-home housewife? Women go to work on their periods all the time. Wake up and smell the coffee, you lazy slob. You're lucky you don't have to go to work. All I ask is that you keep the house tidy and make me happy. But no, you can't even do that. You're useless. If there was anyone as lazy as you at my company, they'd get fired before they knew what hit them.
Michael, please. Periods affect every woman differently. There may be people who don't get any symptoms and can carry on working as normally, but I'm not so lucky. I get stomach cramps, I throw up randomly. It's hard to move.
You're the first person in my life who says that they can't move because they're on their period. You know what? It'd be comical if it wasn't turning the house into such a mess. You speak as if it's common knowledge, but I've never seen it, and I've never heard of it. You're the only one who acts like this. Half of the employees at my company are women. You'd think I'd have heard of it by now if there was any truth into what you're saying. No matter how you look at it, what you're saying is suspicious, and it doesn't add up.
Obviously, you haven't heard of it. That's not surprising at all. You think women like talking about this kind of thing? The girls at your company are hardly gonna go around the office giving detailed updates on their nether regions to their male coworkers.
Ugh. God damn it, woman. Whatever. I'm done listening to your pathetic excuses. The thing that annoys me the most about your attitude is that now Kelsey is suffering as a result of these alleged period pains of yours. Do you know how hard she's working with her studies at school? I've never seen a kid as diligent as her. She even turns down invites to hang out with other kids to do homework. The least she should be able to expect in return is a warm meal and a tidy house to come home to. But no! You can't even give her that! Your own daughter! You dare call yourself a housewife? Aren't you embarrassed? Why don't you try thinking about your daughter instead of yourself for a change? You sorry excuse for a woman?
Michael, please. It's not like I don't want to cook or do the housework. It's just, there are times where my medicine doesn't work, and no matter how much will there is, I feel so awful I literally cannot get out of bed. I'm not doing this because I want to. I promise you I'm not.
Wait a sec. This can't be real. You're not actually getting mad at me, are you? You've got some nerve. How dare you speak to me like that? I am the breadwinner in this household. And what are you? A lowly, stay-at-home housewife? And a failed one at that! Your job, no. Your reason for existing on this earth is to provide for me and Kelsey. And to see that we're happy at all times. What value do you have if you can't even do that?
Michael, please, will you just listen to me? Can't you just try to understand my period pains? Won't you please try to understand that I'm not doing this because I want to? You've been so horrible lately. What happened to you?
What happened to you? Shut up, you shrieking banshee! You need to stay quiet and obey my orders at all times. You need to stop causing problems for our daughter. Do I make myself clear?
Why can't you understand?
Listen to you. You're like a child. And there I was, thinking I married a grown woman. Everyone feels a little under the weather from time to time. That's no excuse to slob around in bed and on the sofa, day in and day out. How long have you been a woman at this point? You'd think you'd have the basics down by now. Stop blowing things out of proportion like some whining baby and fulfill your duties. Suck it up and do your job like the rest of the human race. Do not answer me back this time. This conversation is over. Go and check the documents I left in my study. They're on the left side of my desk. Get it done now. Hey, Slothy! Slothy, Slothy, Slothy! Are you there? Answer me! Good grief. You're not lazing around in bed because of those pathetic period pains, are you?
I'm at the hospital. I was rushed here in an ambulance.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
I collapsed with excruciating period pains and couldn't move or get back up.
Are you a moron? What the heck is wrong with you, woman? Since when did that kind of thing happen with period pains? You're talking crap, and you know it. You called an ambulance? Over that? We're not insured, you idiot! Will you be paying for this? Of course you won't. Do you have any idea how much this is gonna cost me? Not only that, but there are people who need ambulances far more than you do. There's probably someone out there suffering unnecessarily right now because of you! Stop wasting other people's valuable time and money over your proxy period pains!
I didn't call the ambulance. Someone saw me and rushed over. I was at the laundromat when it happened, doing guess what? Washing the suit of someone with absolutely no understanding of period pains whatsoever.
You've got some cheek, woman! Do not disrespect me like that ever again. Feeling all bold because you got carried away in an ambulance, are we? Don't think that there won't be consequences to this. It's plain as day you're lying about the period pains. You probably just want the attention, don't you? You're sick. If there is genuinely something wrong with you, just grit your teeth and push through it, like a normal human being.
Yeah, 'cause that's totally possible. I can just get rid of these crippling pains through sheer force of will, right? Why didn't I see it before? Why don't I just pull a rabbit out of a hat while I'm at it? It would have helped if I had my medication, but I couldn't find it anywhere. In spite of that, I felt so awful about letting Kelsey down lately that I pushed myself beyond my limits. And then, well, here I am.
Oh, your meds? I threw them in the trash where they belong.
You did what?
I threw away all your stupid medicine. Do your job without it. Think about it. You end up not being able to move even when you take them. So what good are they? If they don't do anything, why do you bother wasting money on them or putting them into your body?
You're a disgrace. You actually did that? Fine. I'm throwing you in the trash too then, Dad.
Huh? Who is this?
Kelsey.
Huh? But Kelsey's at school right now. What the heck are you talking about? If you're Kelsey, then what was the discussion we just had? Makes sense, woman. I get it. You're trying to confuse me. You're trying to mess with my head, aren't you? Just what the hell is your endgame here? Do you have any idea who you're messing with here? What I'm capable of? This is not a fight you want to start, I assure you.
I only had school in the morning today. I got a call from the hospital telling me Mom had been rushed away in an ambulance. I went over as soon as I could. I'm chilling with Mom in the hospital ward right now.
Huh? What? Is that really you, Kelsey? No, wait. It can't be. This is your mother's number. I mean, your number, Patricia. You think you can outwit me? I invented the concept of outwitting. I am he who outwits.
Wow, Dad, are you really like this? I'm speechless. I saw Mom's phone flashing when one of the nurses was passing me her belongings. When I saw your name, I thought I'd better reply to let you know what was going on, so I opened the message. When I did, I saw all the horrible stuff you were saying. Is this how you always treat Mom? I can't believe you speak to her like this. Don't you love her? How could you?
Why am I the bad guy here all of a sudden? Surely you saw your mother's disgraceful attitude too. Not cooking for us, and then blaming it on her period pains. Staying in bed for days at a time. I don't even have to tell you. How much housework have you had to do lately, Kelsey? Do you think it's acceptable? There's only one person to blame here, and it's not me. She's been causing you more trouble than anyone.
What? She's not causing me any trouble at all. So I have to do the housework 1 or 2 times a month. So what? I honestly couldn't care less. Besides, Mom's always cooking delicious meals for us, cleaning up after us, making sure our clothes are clean and fresh, bringing us drinks, baking us cookies. She's a star. Surely it's basic decency to let her rest on the rare occasion she's not feeling her usual self due to period pains?
Basic decency? Sheesh. Give me a break. You're putting me in a difficult position as your father here. You're gonna get hit by a ton of bricks when you go out into the real world. And realize it's not as kind and forgiving as those naive ideas you got in your head.
No! The only one in a difficult position here is Mom. How exactly are you the victim here? Her period pains are almost unbearable even when she takes her medicine, but you were actually spiteful enough to throw that away too. As if she wasn't stressed enough already. You do nothing but insult and abuse her. You two are supposed to be a team, but all you do is attack her. You're just a sad little bully. Is it any wonder she collapsed? It's your fault this happened. It's your fault Mom is in the hospital. I don't need a dad who makes my mom suffer like this, so you can just get lost. What's the point in having a dad who isn't there for his family when they need him more than ever? We're done.
Hey, Kelsey. How are you? I hope you're doing just swell, honey. Do you think you might be ready to speak to your pops yet, sweetie pie? Do you think maybe we could have a little chat? Oh, by the way, the breakfast you made me today was so delicious. You're super talented. You have no idea how pleased I was. It made my day.
What do you want?
Huh?
How about instead of bombarding me with your cringy drivel, you apologize to Mom?
Me? But why? What did I do? Your mom collapsed because of period pains.
In that case, I have nothing to say to you.
No, wait! Please, just wait a sec. There's something I need to ask you.
What?
Are you two going on vacation or something?
Oh, that. Because we're packing up our things.
Yeah. What's that all about? Don't you think it's a bit cruel to exclude your old pops like this?
We're not going on vacation. We're moving in with Grandma and Grandpa.
Your mom's parents' place?
Yep, we don't want anything to do with you anymore. So there's no point in us living with you.
Wait. Just slow down a sec. Don't you think you're overreacting a little? Talk about making a mountain out of a molehill.
Overreacting? Which part are we overreacting to? You viciously bullying Mom as she suffered with the most excruciating period pains of her life? Even going as far as throwing away her medicine?
Oh, please. Kelsey, a period isn't an illness now, is it? It's a normal part of being a woman. They touch that in school, all right? Every other woman on Earth seems to be able to endure it. What makes your mom so special? It's not her being in pain that's the problem, but her lazy, entitled attitude.
Mom isn't lazy or entitled at all. And sure, maybe periods aren't classified as an illness, but there are cases where they become things like dysmenorrhea and premenstrual syndrome, which very much are illnesses. Sure, there might be some women who are barely affected by their periods, but on the other hand, in severe cases, there are some who suffer excruciating cramps and pains, throw up, and find it difficult to move.
Wow, you know a lot about this. That's my girl.
I don't need your praise. Besides, I shouldn't have to explain something like this to you in the first place. You and this conversation are both grossing me out. You're pathetic. Go do your own research.
Okay, I can. I will. I'll investigate this all for myself.
Really? You better had do. I want you to really understand how much pain Mom is in.
If I do you promise not to leave me?
I guess that all depends on you, Dad. One thing's for sure, though. There's no way I'm having anything to do with you if you carry on abusing Mom like you have been doing all this time.
Kelsey, sorry, but this is urgent.
Huh? What is? My class is starting soon.
It's my stomach. Oh my god, it hurts so bad. What is this? I gotta go use the toilet.
Ah, I see the symptoms finally started.
Huh?
You know, the milk I used for your breakfast this morning? It was like 5 days past the expiry date.
What? Why'd you do that?
I wanted you to know what it's like to have period pains. Obviously, an exact reaction was always going to be impossible, so I went with what I thought would be the quickest way to give you unbearable stomach cramps. Symptoms differ from person to person, but it's not uncommon for people's guts to turn into a painful, explosive mess.
Oh my! Kelsey, do you really hate me that much?
Yes, I do. I hate you because you're horrible to Mom. What happened to you? You never used to be like this. Oh, yeah, I found some book in your study. I think it was called How to Get Your Daughter to Like You. What was that all about? The part that said, the supreme commanding authority of the father should be tactfully understood by members of the household at all times, was highlighted. Is this, by any chance, the reason you started being such a jerk to Mom lately? Are you trying to play the part of the domineering husband?
Where did you hear that term?
Well, are you going to answer me?
Well, The thing is, well, okay. Maybe I was.
There's no maybe about it. That's what you were doing, wasn't it?
Ugh! Just stop this already! I gotta go to the toilet immediately! This can't wait! Let's talk about this when you get home, okay?
Oh, Dad? Wait, there's just one more thing.
What?
Am I right in thinking you always keep a little supply of medicine in the side pocket of your bag in case of emergencies?
Yeah. Why? It's common sense to have a stash set aside. You never know when you're gonna need it after all. In fact, I had it set aside just for times like this. Thanks for reminding me, honey. I should be over in a jiffy. Let your old man show you how it's done.
About that, you see, the thing is, I took it all out of your bag. I'm afraid you won't be taking any medicine today.
What? You did what? What'd you do with it? Where's my medicine?
I threw it in the trash. You can endure this without medicine, just like you made Mom.
Kelsey, this is going too far. How could you be so horrible? Oh my God.
You're right. It is horrible, isn't it? Just like what you did to Mom. But this is only the beginning. Things are about to get a whole lot more horrible for you. Go on, Pops. Show us how it's done. Oh, geez, what a dramatic little episode that was. The day after I got rushed to the hospital, my husband, who'd come home from work, got on his hands and knees at my feet and begged for forgiveness. To tell the truth, I didn't understand what was going on at first. And I was a little more than surprised. But Kelsey later told me about everything she'd said to her dad. And as well as being indescribably proud of her, I felt a huge sense of relief. For all his faults, my husband genuinely does love his daughter more than anything in the world. I think receiving a stern telling off and an education in how to be a decent human being from her gave him the wake-up call he sorely needed. Even still, I wanted to check who he was actually apologizing to. I thought that if he said he was only doing it for Kelsey, I'd seriously have to think about whether me and him had a future together. But to my surprise, without even hesitating, he said calmly and clearly, to my family. What's more, it looks like he actually did a lot of research into period pains. Due to his newfound understanding, he started happily helping out around the house and being super kind and compassionate towards me when I wasn't at my best. I'll never forgive him for all the awful things he said to me, but I decided to give him one more chance when he made a solemn promise to change his ways, swearing never to treat me like that again. I know the concept of periods might be difficult for most guys to understand, and it's not like I want everyone on their period to be treated like damsels in distress, but at the very least, I did want my husband to understand what I was going through. Of course, I go out of my way to cause as little nuisance as possible to those around me, no matter how I feel, but I can't pretend I wasn't a little amused to hear about the trick Kelsey played on him. Without his medicine stash, all he had to rely on was some traditional Chinese medicine his kooky aunt got him for Christmas one time, which, needless to say, didn't do much to stop the flow. It's unfortunate he had to go through such an ordeal to understand my situation, but I'm at least glad he does now. After being mercilessly scolded by his daughter, he finally gave up on trying to play the domineering husband, unable to cope with the disapproval. I'll never forget what he did to me, but he's currently in the process of desperately trying to regain my trust. He's never been this nice to me, And while it feels a little strange, I'm certainly not complaining.